are worth the price.
This is Channel 4, KDFW TV, Dallas-Fort Worth.
Coming up next on Cowboys Special Edition with Jerry Jones. The Cowboys look to regroup after the Dolphins hand the defending champions their second consecutive defeat. This week's Spotlight focuses on one of the most underrated yet respected players in the league, fullback Daryl Johnston. And we'll be joined on the set by one of this season's most pleasant surprises, Dallas punter John Jett. That's all coming up next on Cowboys Special Edition with Jerry Jones. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to another special edition. I'm Brad Sham, and as you can tell, this is not Jerry Jones. This is Cowboy Scouting Director Larry Lacewell, who's with us because Jerry's taking part of the Thanksgiving weekend off, not because he's hiding after a second straight loss, or is he?
He really bailed out.
He did, didn't he?
He couldn't handle the heat. 2 defeats got him right off TV.
Well, see, I thought that
he couldn't handle the show after that.
So we had to bring an old coach in here to talk.
A guy that's had a lot of defeats.
Well, no, but I'll tell you what, where we have to start, I think, is with the very unusual play that happened at the end of the game on Thanksgiving Day with the Miami Dolphins, because I've been doing this for 18 years. I've never seen a play like that. As long as you have coached and been in football, Larry, I think we need to explain what happened to the ball after Jimmy Jones blocked the field goal and why Miami was able to recover it in the first place.
Well, if the ball is blocked behind the line of scrimmage, if the ball remains behind the line of scrimmage, it's a free ball, and you can pick it up and fumble it and do everything you want to with it, and it's still your football. If that ball clears your line of scrimmage,
which this one did,
it now becomes a free ball, and the team that blocked it either must recover it or leave it alone, period. And leave it alone is usually your option. It doesn't always happen. I've seen other teams, in fairness to the Cowboys, fumble those things before, but that was a freakish thing because it did cost us the game, and we all know it was a heartbreaking situation for the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, it was a freaky day to begin with all of the ice and the slate, and there's never been a day like that at Texas Stadium. Let's look at some of the highlights, if we want to call them that. And the sleet that was falling really made everyone's footing impossible and set up Keith Byers' touchdown.
Well, this was caused by the sleet too. We slipped on the play. Our right cornerback did, and our safety was blocked by the umpire. You don't make those kind of runs under these conditions unless something freakish happened, and we had a freakish play right there.
Now here's maybe another one, but Bill Bates gets an interception when they're driving. That could have been a big play.
Well, we made some big plays defensively. I know Brock Marion later on in the game made a great interception, so I thought the game was played miraculous under the field conditions.
Well, and some people might think Lincoln Coleman was miraculous, but I think people are going to enjoy watching him.
Well, I think he has a good background. You know, he went to Notre Dame, he went to Baylor. This is not like a guy that just suddenly came from nowhere, even though he played arena ball.
Troy Aikman back from a hamstring injury, and his receivers had a little trouble getting their footing, and still Aikman was able to hit this touchdown to Kevin Williams. And then Kevin Williams made what looked like the play that, and I think a lot of us probably thought it was going to wind up winning the game, and that was the punt return right here for the touchdown.
He has that suddenness. He knows how to go north-south, and all of a sudden he explodes right here. We've been waiting on Kevin, and he did the thing that we knew he could do, that he did it at Miami as a player, and he provides a great threat. This ought to give him a lot of confidence.
Now here's the play you were talking about a minute ago, Brock Marion's pick.
What an interception. He went the sky high for this ball, and they looked like they were going to get a field goal at least, and suddenly they came away with nothing.
Let's talk just for a minute about your fullback. Daryl Johnston had a career receiving day. He almost won the game by himself.
What a player. I don't know that there's a better guy, role player in this league, a blocker, catch the ball out of the backfield, just a great football player for the Dallas Cowboys, particularly that day.
And talking about a role player, number 77, Jim Jeffcoat, tied for the team lead in sacks, kept the pressure on again with the bad footing all day.
Old Man River just keeps rolling,
doesn't he?
He really does.
All right, everybody, get ready. We're going to see what everyone's going to be talking about forever. Now, this is the thing at the end. So Jimmy Jones has blocked it. Now
right.
Look at him waving.
They're doing a good job of staying away from the ball, and the most amazing thing is if Leon hadn't been hustling, he wouldn't have been back there. If he'd have loafed, if he'd just stood on the line, you give him credit for turning and hustling and going back to the ball. Maybe a case of overcoaching. I know he was taught to stay away from the ball.
And then Stoyanovich, who is one of the better kickers in the league because of that screwy play, got an opportunity to kick the game-winning field goal. That's got to be a loss that they may need 10 days to come back from.
Well, it certainly is, and you know, having coached as long as I did, my heart goes out to the coaches because you sit there and wonder, you know, what's next? You know, how in the world could this ever happen? And I thought the Dallas Cowboys did a heck of a job of coaching and getting ready for this football game. We came off of a confidence-shattering loss at Atlanta, and I thought Jimmy did a marvelous job in 3 days to get an injured football team playing, and we played awful well most of that football game.
Well, speaking of a guy who's played awful well most of the way, we're going to talk with Cowboys punter John Jett, who might be a Pro Bowl candidate, when we come back on Special Edition.
Cowboy Special Edition with Jerry Jones is brought to you by American Airlines, Kroger, Lee Jeans, Miller Lite, and the Hager Apparel Company.
If you like your vacations hot, or if you like them cold, American Airlines has the place for you. Come, let us take you where there's something special in the air.
Hi, Super Dave Osborne here, getting ready to roll across the country, singing the praises of these great-looking Hager wrinkle-free cotton pants. You know the ones, 100% cotton, wrinkle-free, out of the dryer, no ironing. I'll be covering more than 25,000 miles wearing these beauties. So come out and see me. I just wonder if Hager knows they're paying me by the mile. Uh-oh. Yahoo! Oh!
Hager wrinkle-free cottons. 100% cotton, 0% wrinkles.
They're still not wrinkled.
Okay, we can eat any minute now. Any minute now. Just waiting for the bird. Tick-tock, 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 tick-tock. Time to take a peek.
It's that time of year again.
Any minute now.
We'll help you make the most of it.
6-ounce bags of Lay's potato chips, just 79 cents a bag. Kroger delivers for the holidays. For $5 home or office delivery. Call 1-800-284-SHOP. Happy holidays from the Kroger family to yours.
Before the Cowboys ever went to training camp in Austin this summer, they surprised some people when they released veteran punter Mike Saxon, not because Saxon was the greatest punter in the history of the game, but they didn't even want him competing with the two youngsters they brought in, Steve Dominguez and John Jett. And now, Larry, I think we know why, because John Jett has just been spectacular, and John's with us on Special Edition this week. We appreciate that, John. I'll tell you what, I'm starting to push you for the Pro Bowl. And I'd like to know how you feel about that. Are those things that you think about with the numbers you've got? You have every reason to.
Yeah, you know, that's something that you think about, but you really don't shoot for that, I wouldn't say. You know, I just want to go out every game, and sometimes you're put in some situations where you don't want to put up the numbers you need to for a Pro Bowl situation, but pooch punting from like the 40-yard line or something like that, it's not going to keep your average up. But yeah, that's something I do have in the back of my mind.
John, I wanted to ask you this question. I know the ball yesterday was at the 50-yard line a great deal, and that kind of hurts a punter's average. It seemed like you were punting from there more often than you were normally, and yet you did a great job. Do you think about those things, where the ball is on the field, as far as your average is concerned and what you're attempting to do?
Yeah, well, yesterday, the toughest part was seeing what yard line you were on. You couldn't really see anything. I was sitting there trying to mark off 15 yards, and then you're at the 50, and of course, you can't really plan on that ice out there. And, you know, I was just trying to kick it, 40 yards, just kicking from the 50, and sometimes it would go 35. And, one time I hit one nice punt that I hadn't hit all day, and that went in the end zone. So that's just something you have to deal with in conditions like that.
John, let's talk a little bit about what has gotten you to this point, because technically you're not a rookie, because you were in the Minnesota Vikings camp last year. And I think Cowboy fans look at your numbers, a percentage inside the 20 leading the league, and your net average leading the league, and saying, how could the Vikings have made such a mistake? And for that matter, how could the Cowboys have made such a mistake by not just bringing you in and saying, here, do it?
Well, I think punting's a difficult situation because, as you know, most punters in the NFL, once you have a job, then they don't want to change. It's something that you don't really know how a guy's going to react under pressure, and it's kind of a difficult position for anybody to really, say, well, this guy's done it before, he knows what's going on. It's something that you have to take a chance on somebody, and I'm just glad the Cowboys took a chance with me.
John, you have any advice for any of the young punters out there when they have to punt in those conditions? Maybe you don't ever want to do it again.
Stay home.
Stay home, maybe. Well, did you try to do anything different yesterday?
Really, just try the basic steps to try to catch the ball. Then you don't really worry about the perfect kick because you can't really go through your regular motions. You want to keep one foot on the ground and just try to plant lightly with that and just follow through. And it's really hard in conditions like that. You got a turf underneath, which you really don't have grass. And I think on a grass field it would have been a little bit better yesterday because you didn't have that hard surface underneath. And it's just, difficult.
Well, John Jett has made the best of every situation this year. Congratulations on the year you're having, young man. We appreciate you being with us on Special Edition.
Thank you.
When we come back, Stacey Jacobs has Daryl Johnston, the Cowboys' unsung hero, in the Cowboys Spotlight.
We are one of the companies in town that have a lot of activities going promotionally with the Cowboys. We do it because the Cowboys are popular with our customers. If our customers like it, we like it. We think it helps our business because it helps our customers.
From Hollywood Pictures, they shared a past.
Wide Up is my friend.
A trust.
Thanks for always being there, Doc.
And an enemy.
You got a fight coming.
Together, they fought a battle at the OK Corral the West would never forget.
I can't beat him, can I? No.
Kurt Russell is Wyatt Earp.
I'll be there!
Val Kilmer is Doc Holliday. Tombstone. This film is not yet rated. Coming Christmas Day.
I think that when the free agency market was open, and one of the teams we definitely looked at was the Dallas Cowboys. So that was one of the chief places that I really wanted to go, but it didn't turn out that way. And I even talk about the fact that there's only two teams that I would want to play with when my next contract comes up, and one of them will be Dallas, and the other one will be Miami. So, I didn't get here this time, but maybe next time. You never know.
Can Jerry start saving some money? He'd be a nice addition, wouldn't he?
Oh, man, I tell you what, he's a heck of a player. I watched him play in high school football. Little Rock Park, he was a great player.
Now, speaking of great players, and Larry said it before, role players, nobody does a better job than Daryl Johnston has been doing as the Cowboys fullback. Stacey Jacobs explores that in this week's Cowboy Spotlight.
Cowboy Spotlight is brought to you by GTE.
Second and goal at the one out of the I. 8-man play action fake, throws it to Moose. Touchdown, Daryl Johnston.
He primarily run blocks for Emmett and pass blocks for Aikman, a job that may not allow for much showboating, but one that is essential to the overall success of the offense. Over the past 3 seasons as the lead blocker, he has helped guide Emmett to more than 4,000 yards rushing, 3 Pro Bowl appearances, and the 91 and 92 rushing titles. And so far in 93, his most productive game is just another that features Emmett at his best.
Probably have my best game since I've been a Cowboy against the Eagles. Not really doing much statistically, but had a good day blocking when Emmett set the Dallas Cowboy record for rushing.
Against Phoenix, Johnston played the lead more than usual, which not only tested his endurance and abilities, but also his tolerance for pain.
He does have some injury
problems that he refuses to talk about, but he never misses practice. He never asks to be out of anything. He's a consummate professional football player.
There are many qualities and attributes that make Darryl special in his many talents, but Coach Brodsky sums him up as being multidimensional and complex. For he is a leader by example and a professional by nature.
Not a do by watch me scream and holler and jump and rant and rave. He's do by watch me do. And he's a unique guy, and that's why he's doing so well.
When you get here, you try and improve from week to week during the season, but you also want to try to improve from year to year. And I've been able to do that. My statistics have gone up every year with the Cowboys, and I feel I've become a bigger part of the offense each year.
Johnston may not rack up the stats for rushing yardage or run up the score by way of the end zone, but his way guides him to glory through the successes of others, something that is ever so evident through his thousands of fans calling for the Moose.
I get a little smile, and you get really excited. You get the adrenaline starts to go when you realize that many people are involved in something and they're calling your name. It's a really great feeling, and it does. You try and keep it in perspective, but you try and smile and just move on. And like you said, you don't want to lose your distraction on the game, but it does make you feel really good when you're out there.
Cowboy Spotlight has been brought to you by GTE.
I love those Moose calls, and for a guy who was virtually unrecruited coming out of high school, and Syracuse said, yeah, we got a guy that didn't take a scholarship. You want to come up here? What a great story I think he's become.
I think the NFL knows who he is now, and the Dallas Cowboy fans, particularly even after yesterday, have become aware of what a great player he really is.
When we come back, we are going to look back at the Atlanta Falcons game. Jimmy Johnson pretends it doesn't exist, but actually it does. We'll look back at that when Special Edition continues. The Dallas Cowboys and Athletic Supply have teamed up to provide fans with the best Cowboys merchandise available, as well as many products of other NFL teams, by offering the official Dallas Cowboys catalog. To order your catalog, call 1-800-438-4866.
The most powerful tool in business
Sit tight.
is the sound of the human voice.
Good morning, West Realty.
That's why GTE guarantees to install or repair your voice products on time, or we'll pay. Because for the most powerful tool in business to work,
Put it about 15.
it must be heard.
Putting you through. Good morning, West Realty.
Voice products from GTE can put that power to work. We can plan, provide, service, and guarantee a system for you. Call us.
The simple rules of life are alive and well in the people of Texas Commerce Bank. Taking time to answer questions, greeting others by name, working together, remembering the little things. It's a special kind of service, symbolized by the star in our flag. Experience star treatment at Texas Commerce Bank.
This holiday message will go right over most people's heads. It's the holiday sweater sale at JCPenney. Save 20 to 30% on hand-knit crew necks, cable V-necks, and textured roll necks, all at 20 to 30% off. So drop by our place during the holiday sweater sale. With so many locations, there's bound to be one in your neck of the woods.
This segment of Cowboy Special Edition with Jerry Jones is brought to you by Lee Jeans.
Cowboys lost to Miami is one of those real heartbreakers that stay with you for a while. The loss in Atlanta, Larry, is one that you don't want to stay with you even for 6 seconds.
No, probably the good news was we had a short week to get rid of it, and I thought, again, Jimmy Johnson handled it marvelous, because I walked in the office on Monday and asked a couple of coaches, how did the tape look, and both of them said we hadn't looked at it.
Well, we're going to real quick at a couple of things, and I think here's one thing that bears a bit of discussion. Number 18, Bernie Kosar, turned it around as quickly as you've ever seen a guy do at that position, and he didn't have a great game, but I thought he did remarkably well on the circumstances.
Well, I think he was, again, we didn't have a whole lot of highlights, and he was just about it. The guy to come in and play 10 days and perform as well as he did is pretty remarkable, but he has that kind of ability. There's a touchdown pass to Harper. No, it wasn't a touchdown pass.
Almost, though.
Almost.
And he did get a touchdown here to Galbraith. Now, his opposite number had a pretty good day, and Bobby Hebert was playing with a bad elbow.
Well, Bobby Hebert is a streak player. I've been watching him his whole career, and he can come out and throw 15 out of 15, or he might throw some to you. And this particular day, he didn't even come close to throwing one to us.
And one of the guys he did throw to for a couple of touchdowns, number 35, Mike Pritchard. I liked him when he played at Colorado, and I think he's a very nice player for the Falcons.
Well, we thought he was one of the best all-around players in the country doing everything, and used to be a tailback, receiver, punt returner. He is a great athlete.
So the Falcons game is history, and one the Cowboys would just as soon forget about. And now, of course, they've got other things to... They've got other fish to fry, as they say. Maybe that's what Jerry Jones has been doing this weekend, frying some fish of his own. But Jerry did have some thoughts about what's left for the Cowboys that he wants to share with Cowboys fans.
Basically, when you look really at our remaining schedule, let's look at just the next 3 ball games. Get to play Philadelphia at home. That's good. Philadelphia hadn't played well of late, but you can bet with the way they feel about the Cowboys, they'll try to have a big showing that day, and I think that's the way it's going to be for every team that we play. But the real thing that we want to take a look at is that we travel to Minnesota, turn around, and have to play the Jets within 6 days. That, to me, is the most trying part of the schedule, and certainly you've got to look at what we do away, and with the Jets, with just 6 days rest, with 2 back-to-back trips. Then as we turn around there and play Washington back home here, that's one that we'll be proud to get back home, and then that'll be a real challenge. Hopefully it won't be for first place in the NFC East when we play the Giants in New York. If it is, it could be a coin toss.
Those are Jerry's thoughts about what lies ahead for the Cowboys. I've got some to share with you, too. We'll do that when Special Edition continues.
This segment of Cowboy Special Edition with Jerry Jones is brought to you by Lee Jeans.
Trouble getting into your jeans? Try Relax Fit Jeans from Lee.
Yeah, golf. Football. Golf. Now, football.
Let's watch both.
Miller Lite presents Full Contact Golf.
Yeah!
We're still on the first hole, Bob, and this is Davis teeing it up. Here's the drive. It is blocked. Brought to you by Miller Lite. If you can combine great taste with less filling, you can combine anything. Oh, he's got daylight going for the green. Here's the putt. There's the blitz. Yeah!
Oh, good beer.
Great taste, less filling. Can your beer do this?
Your favorite frozen yogurt store and your favorite football team, TCBY and the Dallas Cowboys, have teamed up to bring you something special. Win tickets to a Dallas Cowboys game, including round-trip air transportation on the official airline of the Dallas Cowboys, American Airlines, and hotel accommodations. For entry forms and official rules, visit a participating TCBY store. There you have it. 2 great teams teamed up together for another winning season. TCBY is the official frozen yogurt of the Super Bowl champion Dallas Cowboys.
Ford just announced the best lease offer ever on the best-selling trucks ever. And for Texans, it gets even better. For a limited time, lease this 94 F-150 XL for just $185 a month. It's loaded with driver's side airbags, deluxe two-tone paint, chrome wheels and grille, and more. All for just $185 a month. Plus, Texas residents get $400 cash back. But this best lease offer ever is only for a limited time. So hurry to your North Texas Ford dealer, home of the official car and truck of the Dallas Cowboys.
Limousine service provided by Locker Room Limousines, the choice of the Dallas Cowboys.
Just enough time has elapsed now since Thanksgiving Day for the Cowboys to start to come out of shock from the way they lost to Miami. But I doubt that they have. That's one that'll take a while to get over. Leon Lett might never, and he'll surely never live it down. But as unbelievable a mistake as that was, as the Cowboys prepare for the Eagles and beyond, it is important to understand this. Leon Lett didn't lose that game all by himself. The Dolphins moved the ball more than 60 yards with calm efficiency to set up those field goals at the end of the game. The Cowboys tried a couple of controversial pass plays. The wide receivers had a brutal day. As Darrell Johnston said afterwards, they should never have been in the position they were at the end of the game. But they were, and now they have to get over it, and as sick to the stomach as they are, there are still 5 to play. Now, there's no more margin for error, and they have to get it back, and quick. The weather was a factor, sure, but it was not slick on just half the field. No excuses. There are things to fix at Valley Ranch, and they need fixing in a hurry. Forget the Super Bowl. These folks need to think about Philadelphia, period. Larry Lacewell, you've been a coach. I'm guessing those are the kind of things they're going to be talking about in the next few days before the Eagles, aren't they?
Well, they really are, and I think you said it very well about Leon Lett. Bless his heart, I hope that he can overcome this. He has a bright future, great career ahead of him in the NFL, and he needs to. And Jimmy Johnson will handle it. Jimmy is he will get this team focused. Jimmy's had some heartbreaking losses before.
Yeah.
This may be the toughest one, but he knows how to handle this situation better than anybody.
And P.S., Leon Lett had a terrific game up to that point.
Well, it was a peculiar day, and it's been a peculiar season so far.
Well, but there's more of it to come. Next up, the Philadelphia Eagles on Monday night. And Jerry will be back with us to talk about that game. Thanks to Larry Lacewell. Happy Thanksgiving weekend to all of you. Hope to see you next week with us again on Special Edition.
Cowboy Special Edition with Jerry Jones is brought to you by American Airlines, Kroger, Lee Jeans, Miller Lite, and the Hager Apparel Company. Satellite transmission is provided by GTE and the Silver Star Network. Promotional considerations by the following. As an official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, Apex supplies the 1993 Super Bowl champions with sideline apparel, game jerseys, and performer footwear. Apex, a winning look you can't fake. A gift from Dan's Big and Tall, featuring Hager wrinkle-free cotton slacks. 100% cotton, 0% wrinkles. At all 6 Dan's locations in Dallas. Hager and Dan's Big and Tall, when only quality and value will do. From Dave & Buster's, where the great food just naturally complements the great games. From the world-class pocket billiards and championship-style shuffleboard to the $1 Million Midway, everyone's a winner at Dave & Buster's.
Hey, parents, we don't want to spoil your fun this holiday season picking out the toys you think your kids want. But Channel 4 already had some real toy experts pick out the toys kids really like. Monday, we'll continue counting down the top toys for 1993. So if you want to be a hero this year, watch the Channel 4 Toy Test, Monday at 10 on News 4 Texas Night Beat.
Hey, you're pretty active. You got the wheels, you got the wings, you got the pooch, you got the pool, you got the kids, you got the bumps, you got the nerve, you got the serve, you got the bite, you got the ball. And now, you got the chips. New Baked Tostitos. They're a smarter way to snack because their great taste has just 1 wimpy gram of fat. Yeah. So get baked. New Baked Tostitos. After all, we know you got the spandex.
When it's cold outside, there's nothing like getting underneath a Sunbeam automatic blanket. Not only is it a great way to stay warm and toasty, but a Sunbeam blanket saves money because it heats you and not the whole house. So give someone you care about a Sunbeam automatic blanket.